What's going on, LSU fan? Welcome back to another. Oh, I was going to say episode. Welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. We are fresh out of the season finale of Severance, season 2. We had 10 episodes. This episode was Cold Harbor. I don't know. Do you guys want to rate the season and the finale, or just talk about the finale? What do you want to do?
We always do ratings first.
Okay.
Before we got on, I saw TikTok. There was like 10 people live talking about the season finale. It's crazy.
Damn. Okay. Oh, well, it is number one trending in the world, though. So I just want to throw that out there. We'll start with you, Severance Head. I know what the answer is, but
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Figured. And for the season finale as well, it's a 10.
Yeah, the whole show is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
But this season's 10. It's just a 10.
Okay.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. Same box, same frame. Think I'm at a 9 for the season. Think I'm at a 9, strong 9. And the finale for me was a 10. That hour and 20 flew the fuck by. And obviously I have thoughts, opinions on everything that happened, but yeah, crazy. Cody?
Wow. It's kind of crazy. I guess for the season, I think I'm at a 9 too. Did y'all see the episode?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. For the episode, damn. For the episode, I'm at an 8.
Okay.
Wow.
I was gonna go lower.
Take that and flip that with me. Season an 8, episode of 10.
Oh,
you said 9, but episode of 10.
Yeah.
Season, I think I'm at an 8. There was a couple episodes, maybe like 3 episodes in there that I was just like, eh. So an 8.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard the numbers. Obviously, we don't gotta fucking promote it. It's the number one show on Apple TV. It's been since it dropped. If you're not watching Severance, I don't know why you're watching this video, but regardless, go watch it. Form your own opinion. And then yeah, everything moving forward is spoiler talk. So you've been warned. Let's get into it. Man, this, like I said, for me personally, just speaking for me, that hour and 20 flew the fuck by. Obviously, it started right back where the last episode ended with them in that cabin, and that whole scene of him going back with himself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was some acting for that ass boy.
It was escalating.
It started off calm, cool, collected conversation. Like, okay, let me understand where you're coming at. Yeah, they were having a good time, flipping the camera back and forth. Then he just started putting pieces together. Like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen to me though? What am I gonna get out of this? It's like, man, the directing here is crazy.
Yeah. It was a great scene.
That's one of the episode, sorry.
The best scene of the episode?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
I don't think so. Well, that was what it's, I don't know. I'm biased, maybe.
I would have to say
it was
so.
A great scene. I really liked that scene a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best scene, but
okay, you guys are gonna have to see to convince me.
Maybe second best.
Maybe I'm missing something and not remembering.
You thought it was the best scene?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's second best. No, yeah.
Directing wise, writing wise, shots, cinematography, everything. That scene had everything.
I mean, as soon as it was over, I was like, wow, that was a great fucking scene. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
The way they were like flipping the camera and going in and out of the conversation to like switch perspectives, point of view, like yeah. Like they say, he was working that camera. This shit was crazy.
It was definitely the most like in terms of cinematography and direction. Yeah, it was the best scene.
And
I don't think it was my favorite.
I can agree with that,
but
it's just not my favorite. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that.
He told Buddy, If I'm not back on the 7th floor, you can kiss your wife goodbye.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where the fuck he
That's
was next
exactly what
scene.
happened.
Right back on that 7th floor.
I mean,
And I'll admit here, I turned to her and I was like, where are they? Because obviously you see Helly and them and they end up on that floor and there's this crazy ass painting of everything. Literally everyone, him in the middle looking like the Messiah. Like,
yeah, that was definitely
the
the last supper, right? That's what it's called, the Last Supper. That was definitely I think that's how I took it.
Yeah.
That was the last
I
supper.
thought I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that is what that looked like. Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy.
It was supposed to be their whole last day, all of them. So
yeah. I mean, I knew it was weird. I told him, I was like, that's the weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. I'd walk out that door, but the Last Supper, that's a good comparison.
And then the Kier, I was gonna say statue, but a robot, right? Or
animatronic.
The Kier Chuck E. Cheese shit, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I feel like he was behind the fucking thing though, using just talking, right?
That's what I told him. I was like, is that Kier? Yeah.
Suddenly, either Kier, maybe the board. Remember, I told you guys to look out for it when she used the word it. Maybe the board, maybe the dude, the dad. I forget his name. Egan, Mr. Egan. I don't know.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that was. I don't know. It kind of seemed like there was like a real person behind.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
statue.
Yeah.
And they were there to celebrate Bark. He calls out Mr. Milicic.
No, Mr. Milicic.
Mr. Milicic was not having it, man.
It's so funny. He's probably my favorite character. One of them. He's so funny. He sets the paper down to Dylan and runs, and we were laughing. We were like, why did he run? Now we know why. He didn't want to miss the presentation.
He dropped that shit off like it was a bomb.
Is that what y'all I thought he didn't want to smoke with him.
Yeah,
that's how I took it.
The way he described it.
He's like, oh, fuck this. Last time I got into it with you, fuck that. Like, he took off running.
I can see that
maybe.
for sure.
I just thought he was running so he wouldn't miss.
He said
the spotlight. You know how the spotlight went on him after?
And he did. He was a little bit late. He was a little bit late for sure.
That's why.
But yeah, he had mentioned, he's like, your Audi wrote you something, and I don't know how you're gonna take it. He, in his fucking words, right? You know how he fucking talks. I don't know how you're gonna take it. So I'm just gonna leave this here by yourself. And then he fucking took off. So I thought that was hilarious. So yeah.
That letter too. That I was gonna say something, but that Dylan wrote Dylan. That was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah.
Started off, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I kind of like knowing that you're there. I was like, damn.
It was really nice to see that he kind of has like a positive relationship with his innie, like his Audi, because everyone has like a negative relationship.
Well, I think up to that point,
I
don't think it was a healthy relationship or a good relationship. You know, I think at that point he was just like, no.
But he kind of saw it like in a positive way, I guess, because they are like, they think that they're two different people, I guess.
Yep. Then the damn they're celebrating the achievement of which, by the way, we just kind of I forgot about that.
Yeah, I need
they
to go back
explained to him fucking Cold Harbor.
Yeah. We need to go back to that beginning. Yeah,
I forgot that was explained right there.
Before we get into that, though, I was very concerned. Initially, I was like, "Nah, Ben Stiller's not gonna do it. Right? He's gonna give me an answer to this." But I was concerned as to like, what was the purpose of reintegration then? If you need to go back and forth to go save your wife, like I thought you were gonna be the person to be able to just walk in there and do that, right? But then he mentioned that reintegration wasn't finished yet. Like once we save her, I'll go back and we'll finish the process. So I was like, all right, cool. I was a little worried. I was like, no, why the fuck did we do this whole reintegration? Anyways, we're good. But yeah, finding out what the fucking numbers meant, that was crazy. Finding out that was going to be their last day. And I guess that was just like personalities, right? That's what he was putting in a box. And every single folder was a personality, was a different person.
No, they describe it as the tempers of the mind, the 4 tempers. the Woe, Frolic, Malice, and
Mm-hmm.
what's the last one? I don't know. But they have it's like the 4 tempers that make up the mind. That's what they describe it. So I guess that's what he was doing, and that's why
the 4
every
boxes at the bottom.
file, yeah, and every file that he completed was like a different consciousness, like a different innie, I guess.
That shit is so crazy because said 24 files.
Yeah.
When we first saw that episode and it was Gemma like explaining everything, I thought it was like, I was gonna say 6, 7, but I thought it was just like, single digits or whatever, but 24?
Yeah.
I was mind blown. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, jumping ahead, I guess, a little bit, like, they talked about a barrier and that the barrier's holding. She didn't know who she was in the 25th file. I still don't know what the fuck happened.
They're trying to do
what exactly they're trying to achieve. I don't know. You guys have any theories?
I think they're trying to manipulate people, obviously with chips. But the thing is, they're trying to perfect it to the point where they could take away the negatives in the brain. That's why the 25th one, after he takes away all, like they probably have to go through 25 different innies because they're slowly taking it out of her brain, so that the 25th one has it all gone. And that's why them giving her commands and like they're probably like, oh, she's like she has none of it. She's perfect. She's not like, you know what I mean? I think that's how it looked in my eyes. Like she's like a perfect servant.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why that's my opinion on it, and that's why it threw me off after the fact when Mark showed up, and then Mark told her to leave with him, and obviously she did. That's why it kind of confused me because I don't see how that works out. But I don't know. They didn't explain it.
No idea.
That's a good theory, though. I think I've heard that though, that they're trying to take away
free mind,
like
free will,
negative feelings. So you're basically feel like positive all the time. So you could be like the perfect worker, I guess.
That clothes she was wearing was the last thing we saw her in, right?
They showed the memory.
Yeah.
And the crib obviously was from them trying to build the crib. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
So that was like to show that she's like
she doesn't know who she is anymore.
There's no attachment there.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, where does the animal come into play though?
They didn't explain it. They were getting there.
Well, this is what I was thinking when I was watching it. Like maybe they're trying to give her a clean slate conscious, like nothing, so they could put it in someone else or put it on something else.
I thought
because
so
too. He was saying like, oh, this is gonna be the, I don't know, they talk so weird, like everybody at Lumen talks so weird, but Mr. Drummond was saying like this is gonna go into a woman
yeah,
something.
they were saying that you
were they trying to fuck with animals shit?
Yeah, you sacrifice the goat.
I think what I kind of took it as is they're trying to put like a clean consciousness with like no type of personality or nothing into the goat, and then the goat into someone else.
I think you're onto something, and I think this goes back to Kier. I think Kier's fucking frozen somewhere, and they're gonna try to put his fucking mind into somebody else's.
Yeah, because we saw his statue, and even when I saw his statue, I was like, is he fucking alive?
Mm-hmm.
And everything is like every time they say it's like, for Kier.
Yeah.
And then
I think they're trying to fuck with eternal life like that too. Like just keep bouncing consciousness, like move and put it back into your body, put it back into your body.
Some get out shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want to keep this thought while I still have it. Because obviously they made, Mark important, and she's the one that said this, so credit to her. So like if he's doing that, what is everybody else doing?
Yeah, they were doing their own files too, right? So I don't know. Were they all working on it together?
I don't think so, because I think it would have to. It was Mark, because it was like the closest person to her.
And they didn't celebrate nobody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I took that as maybe just because he did the last file, but I don't know. I don't know what everybody else was working on.
I don't know.
That's why it confused me, because think about back in season 1 before Mark was an innie. Oh no, when we first saw the show, he was already an innie. I'm trying to think of the people around him at first, like Pete and all them. Like, what were they doing? At some point they gave him a whole new crew, so it's like, what's the point of all that?
Were they just there to kind of get us on that they're working?
I don't think so. I think there's something else going on as well, because I feel like nothing is by coincidence in this show.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what else.
I just wanted
Mr.
to
Milchick
say,
dancing.
yeah,
I think
Yo.
that was my favorite scene.
Oh, he
Yeah.
got
No,
moved. Sure.
Yeah, that was
He
my
got
favorite
moved,
scene.
sure.
When the band came in and he hit that shit,
Hell
shimmy,
Hell yeah.
I said, yeah, he really doing that shit.
And that
But,
shit was in 2 parts because I forgot what the words were because he was like, this is this and this. All right, let's get into this and this, and then they started to go crazy. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, he's him.
yeah, he's.
What were you
But
gonna say, Cody, before you lose it? Yeah.
yeah, it's because when Jane Egan she was talking about the conversation, and that's the important thing to me. Is like, what does he mean? He sees Kira in her, and he doesn't see it in the other version of her,
And
which
his
is
daughter.
crazy to me.
And his daughter
It's
had
crazy.
it. She lost it.
Exactly. But so what makes Mark and what makes Gemma so important? I don't get it.
And that is kind of interesting because both of them, both Helly and Helena, they're both like kind of badasses a little bit. Like they don't listen to people. They kind of want to do their own thing. So that is kind of interesting that he said that to her when I was gonna say they're kind of the same person because they are the same person, but their personalities aren't too different. Besides, as a homeboy would say, she's cruel, but everything else is kind of the same thing. So I don't know. That's crazy.
I think they're just workers, Cody, to answer your question. I think they're important because they were just test subjects, the main test subjects to see if everything was going to work. Like they were using Gemma's body, obviously, to test everything and Mark's, compatibility or recognition with her, relationship with her to see if that would work. So I think that's why they were important in this aspect. Beyond that, I don't think so, but who knows?
I mean, sorry, what?
You good? No. Go ahead.
Well, they have been planning this for a very long time because, the crib that Mark gave to Gemma and when in all the flashbacks we saw when they were trying to get pregnant said Cold Harbor on it. I saw that on TikTok, but I didn't see that in the show. I saw that on TikTok. And then, the clinic that they went to was a Lumen clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were donating blood where they first met. That was also like a Lumen company. Mm-hmm. And the doctor in the clinic is the doctor that is that's doing her like tests or whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that. Because they made a point to fucking show the camera on him as he was passing by and shit. Yeah.
So I think that I think they are important. I think either they picked them from a long time ago and they were just like, these are the people that we're going to go with, or there's a reason why they picked them.
But that's why I feel like it's weird because Mark and Gemma, they're not the first. Because go back to the goat scene where he was about to kill the goat. She said, how many more are we going to have to kill? So it's not the first time. So if it's happened already, then why is this one so important? Why do they say Mark is he's going to be in history, change the world? Like, why is this one the one that changes the world? That's
why
he's gotten the
closest.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
But if they killed ghosts and people have got to Cold Harbor already, that's how my eyes took that, or how I perceived it.
Or maybe they try to test exactly how many severed minds they could put in somebody. And then, okay, let's try with 5, sacrifice a goat. That didn't work. Try with 10, sacrifice a goat. Maybe something like that. I don't know.
In season 1, did he get lured to Lumen? Or did he just
No, he just chose to work there.
But I feel like they live in like a Lumen world.
Yeah, I think so.
Every time I see the show, I'm like, everything is run by Lumen.
Which is crazy because we've seen that there's people in the world that don't respect people that do that. They don't.
They have protesters.
That's what I'm saying. So what are the odds that he worked there?
Well, that's why he was a teacher, and none of that. He doesn't want to do that shit no more, and that's why he did the severance because he's like, you know what, I can't take this. Jim is dead. This is my way to cope. That was why he went.
But from what it looks like, they picked Gemma.
Exactly.
So clearly they needed Mark.
Exactly.
So did they just get lucky that he just?
That's why I'm confused.
That's what I'm saying.
If they explained that, I don't. But they didn't explain that from what I remember. He just
they didn't explain it. I think maybe we'll find out in the next season or the later seasons.
Watch it be because everybody thought the sister. Watch it be the sisters handed him a pamphlet.
I know everyone
Hey, look at
thinks it's
Lumen.
her.
You know, you can separate yourself, or somebody probably handed him a pamphlet and put that idea in his head.
Close to her.
Yeah.
I mean, close to him. Yeah. You know what? Now that you said that they weren't the first, they're not the first because Apple released like this letter called the Lexington letter. I haven't read it, but I saw like someone break it down on TikTok, and it was a letter written by like a whistleblower that was like one of the very first people that were severed. And I forgot what she says, but she just explains like she's trying to like whistleblow what's going on at Lumen to like a journalist or whatever. And then I guess one of the files that either Mark worked on or somebody else worked on was called Lexington. So I don't know where that ties in. I mean, yeah, I don't know how that relates,
Mm-hmm. So then, obviously, the Marks are going, through with their plan. They break off from the marching band show. And, man, they were working Militech with that damn, what was it, a candy machine, a candy bar machine, a soda machine?
Vending machine, yeah.
Yeah, they
came in like a fucking beast.
I can't believe he knocked it down.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. That was kind of wild.
Yeah. He said, "You know what? Fuck this."
You saw him turn around. And all right, let's go time.
Yeah, crazy.
Her putting the instruments on top of that shit, like, what the fuck was that gonna? Why didn't Milchick just push them off? Like, what was the point of putting this?
I didn't understand that either.
Yeah,
weird.
That's crazy. That was so funny though. Him dancing, I just like the whole time I was laughing.
Yeah. Shout out to Dylan, man. That dude, every finale, he's gonna come through with Stalin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna come through Stalin.
It's crazy. It made me think because it was like, so they have a whole department dedicated to this band. These people are all innies that just worked on this band.
Choreography.
Yeah, and that nigga Milchick went over there. He said, "Y'all ready to practice for Marky?" Like, fuck. They sat there every day trying to practice. That's just crazy to me to think about.
And you know what? They didn't even help Helly or
at all.
Nothing.
They didn't help at all. Just stood there.
They didn't do nothing to help Helly, to help Milchick, nothing. They said, shit's going on. And then Milchick's like, all right, everybody go back to their fucking division. All right, guys, we gotta go. Shit's compromised. Like, what the fuck? Shit's been compromised. What are you talking about?
Like, y'all playing for yourself, but that's the thing. They probably done it so much they don't even know. They just there doing what they normally do. It's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking band. And then I guess just from start to finish, the craziest fucking scene he gets there. What's his big dude's name? What's his character?
Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, Mr. Drummond. That I didn't expect to see no shit like that in Severance. That shit caught me off guard.
Yeah.
They started throwing blows.
And you know what? When I was watching it, I was like, this definitely is like a more realistic fight scene. They both like had no skill.
Yeah, it was a no skill fight.
Yeah, it just looked like that's how it would look like if two people like really fought like that. Because a lot of
Drummond was bigger, so he was just trying to throw his ass around.
He was just trying to use his body. That shit wasn't working, bro. Marcus had a bloody nose. He already had one of those.
Mark was holding on for dear life, man, just like trying everything he could do.
And it was choking him to death. And that back to the goat scene. He put something in the gun, like so we can
a bullet. But
I didn't think it was a bullet. It looked like
it wasn't a bullet, but that's what it looked like. It looked like a bullet because when I guess we'll get to that too. But when he finally shot it, it was just a fucking metal stick, and I've seen those before. That's what they use to fucking kill little animals and shit like that. I mean, I've seen that shit. So, but that bullet never came into play. Like I don't know what happened to it, or whatever that was.
It's in Drummond now.
It kind of looked like what they used to put Don't they use one of those guns to put the chip?
Well, I
thought they used like some type of not tweezers, but like, you know what I mean? Some type of thing, and they put it deep into the brain. That's what I thought it was. Maybe. Was it a gun at first?
I don't remember. I thought
like it was to open the hole? Because she didn't use the hole, right?
No, to put the thing in the hole.
Oh, I think that'd be too much fucking force. No, just fucking put that there.
That's what I was saying. I could have sworn it was like they steady hand.
They put it in. Oh, then maybe. I thought I thought it was that.
And they put it deep.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They did for sure say that it was going to be a female, something with the goat. So I don't know.
Damn.
Then they they take Buddy hostage. You're going through. They get to that fucking elevator. Like, all right, I'm gonna switch on my Audi.
Bro,
That's crazy.
in my head, I'm like, bro, does he realize once that switch happens, it's done? Nope, switch happened. He pulled it. I said,
Yeah.
oh God,
He's gonna beat his ass.
yeah,
what the fuck? Well, he's not doing shit. He's fucking going, he's convulsing and shit. Turn around and push him away or some shit. But nah, he just
hell
stood
no.
there. Yeah,
that trigger was pulled.
Yeah. That was fucking crazy.
That was crazy.
They just left his body just there. Just the fucking elevator doors.
Yeah.
Then he goes through. He finds Cold Harbor. Jim is in there taking that fucking crib apart. And man, I was scared because, you know, obviously the old dudes are watching it. And I was like, man, she's not going to leave this room. The door is going to lock down. He's not going to be able to leave with her. But she does. And, you know, they take off. They get to the elevator. They start kissing. And I was like, yo, y'all got to cut this shit out because it's not going to be y'all in 10 seconds. Like, y'all got to relax. And, yeah, they go back to you know, the other people. And shit was just a mess.
That's crazy.
I did like how he used the tie to get into the fucking door. Like that was
that was cool. That was pretty cool. But Dre was like, how the fuck would that work?
Yeah. It just needed blood. It just needed blood.
Yeah.
A penny of blood. But yeah, no, they get to the door and fucking Mark shuts that shit. I was like, oh my God.
This is my favorite scene, but I also think there's something dumb in it.
I think it's my favorite scene too.
Well, let's hear it. What's dumb in it?
Well, if we can get to the dumb thing first, I guess. So Gemma is asking him to open the door, you know, obviously, come with me. There's a glass right there. You can just break the glass and open the door.
Nah, I don't think it's easy.
It's probably like bulletproof.
Crazy. She didn't even attempt to.
With what?
What do you mean? Elbow it or something?
Have you seen those? I don't know. I didn't notice the glass, but those doors typically have those fucking like wires, those X wires all through the fucking thing. That's meant to like not get through.
That if that's the case, that's fine. But she didn't even try.
I don't think
just trying to handle over and over isn't going to open the door.
Yeah, but I think because she doesn't know. I don't know if she knows that she has innies.
For sure, she does. There's no way she doesn't.
But why would she know?
Yeah, I don't think she knows.
They kidnapped her.
Yeah,
she
but they always
goes into a door and
do you know why your hand
goes
hurts
out
today?
and comes back
in? I don't know.
She doesn't. I don't think she knows that she has innies. So when she sees Mark on the other side, I don't think she realizes
that's Mark.
That's Mark.
That's why I love that scene. That scene was great to me because
she's over here like somebody that she loves and trusts, and she's like, "Well, come on, let's go." Why would she want to break the window? She's thinking he's about it. Like he's taking long, but come on, like let's go. He's about to come out the door.
She was saying, "Let's go the whole scene." She didn't stop.
Let's go.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure she's freaking out.
Which I still need an answer as to how the fuck she died or what they did, and I'm sure that's going to be in the first episode. Hopefully, in the first episode, because now she's on the outside. She's all has to have to go home or whatever, and maybe see the sister.
I think we'll see that pretty
get
early.
That explanation. Yeah, I hope so. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, because I think now, and then that's another thing, because obviously we know why Mark S did it, but like Helly wanted him to go save himself, so why is she okay with him coming back?
I don't think that's her, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think that's our Helly.
That too.
I think it's Helena. The way that she looked at Gemma,
the stare back.
I was crazy. Like, oh no, that's not Helly. That's Helena.
Plus, trying to convince him when they were on the computer, like, no, hey, maybe what if he's not lying to you? You should go.
Yeah, I don't know if it was her the whole time. That last scene, it wasn't her. It wasn't Helly. I think it was Helena. But I think maybe it was Helena the whole time, and she
you think
loves
it was her
Mark.
The whole time?
I don't know.
I was trying to tell you from the start. I think she just likes this nigga.
She loves Mark, yeah, and she's probably like kind of working like
she might hate her daddy for real.
That's what I was saying. She probably hates her dad.
Yeah, her dad don't like her. She knows it.
He said it. I don't like her. Yeah. He said I don't like her anymore. Or what is he? Oh, he says I don't love you. I don't love her anymore. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
When he goes in there and talks to Helly. So she might be playing both sides the whole time. I don't know how, but
And then see, like, because you, I don't know if anybody else does, but I be talking to the TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing something that's like, like I start talking to it. I'm over here screaming at Mark because I'm like, I understand it, like, from like a feeling, like, perspective, but it's like, brother, you know what this is.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
Like,
going. I had that initial thought. You're not going nowhere. Where the fuck are you going to have this relationship? There's no relationship to be had.
Right.
You're still on the severance floor. Like,
and they explain that to him also. Like, he knows this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Or if you thought differently.
No, I thought that exact same thing. And then I was thinking about it, and I even watched the end thing where they talk about the episode. And it's like, well, you can go outside and know you're never coming back, or possibly never coming back. You're not going to exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or you can take your chances inside and see what happens. You know, where
also,
you know
he
you're
loves
in control.
Helly.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't know who this person is on the other side.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who Gemma is. That's why he was like, why wouldn't he leave? He knows the assignment. And I'm like, if it was you, like, what would you do? Would you go with this stranger that you know if you walk out this door,
exactly.
you're probably dead. Like, your innie's dead. You don't know who this stranger is. But if you stay here, you're with the love of your life. Or, you know, well, yeah, the love of his life.
Yeah, Ben said that shit. Like, he was like, yeah, go out to the unknown or stay in here. That. Maybe if it's for 10 minutes, you know, however long it's going to turn out to be. He doesn't know. He just wants to be with Helly.
In the deep. There's no way out.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's not. I don't know what he expects. I think, I don't know the actor's name, Mark's actor, but he even made a comment. He's like, I don't even know if they're thinking 10 minutes or 10 seconds ahead. They're not. They're just thinking of a moment right then, right there. So.
I mean, like I said, I get it. You know, the feeling aspect, and that added more, you know, light to what I was thinking. It'll be, I mean, it already is genius writing, right? But it would be pretty cool if that really is Helena, because it just like goes back to Irving giving this man Mark the keys. Like, you didn't even like Irving knew that wasn't Helly. Like, he knew. Mm-hmm. And like I just said earlier, the tell sign was that, you know, she's not cruel. Helly would not do what they did.
Yeah.
100%. She already talked
like,
about
you better go. You better get out of here.
And you notice she didn't say a word. She just
said Mark, and that was
it. And that was it.
Yeah.
Why even say Mark in the first place? Just let him fucking walk out.
Yeah. I don't think that was Helly, but
basically,
and we know she's kind of like, well, Helena, we know we don't know that she's into Mark, but it was kind of weird how she went to go visit him, and then, like, on the outside, and they were at that restaurant, and she was kind of like flirting, I guess, like in a really weird way. You remember that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do think it's Helena.
And they just, you know, ran down infinite hallways like Severance does.
Yeah, where were they going?
You know, they're gonna find a way. They had to go somewhere.
Milchick's over there.
I know
the band's on their team now.
The what?
The band's on their team.
Yeah, that was it. Milchick's over there. Milchick's in front of Dylan and the band. He's about to get his ass beat.
Yeah, there's for sure a lot they can go off, and obviously, like I said, Gemma and Mark, they really switch sides or switch places.
Yeah, they did. Now she's outside. Yeah,
so it'll be cool. Like, next season's gonna be. I'm sorry to cut you off. Next season's gonna be cool to follow, like, Gemma. I'm really excited. To see that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I hope we get to follow.
Yeah, really.
One thing I hope we get to see is for sure like a not a conclusion, but like, what are they going to do with the innies? Because they're not going to kill them off. There's no way you kill off all the innies. So they got to do something.
Well, that's the big question.
This is what I was going to say. This is kind of got, from here on out, this has kind of got West World vibes. Like, at the end of season 1, those bots came to life. They took over. They decided to leave that island. They didn't do that here, but I think they're going to control the severed floor, at least for a little bit. You know, like you mentioned, the band's there. You got the goats. Like, everybody down there's like, fuck that. We're gonna, and I think that's what we're gonna have a war.
And also, like, to further that or to strengthen that way of thinking, who is there to stop them? Does Lumen have no fucking security, bro? Like, these motherfuckers are just running everywhere.
Like,
Nobody's
gonna stop. Security guard.
Hold on. I want to remind y'all, they're winning the elevator underground. Everybody else is like on top. Yeah. So they're on the floor where there's just the severed people and the workers that are over them. So they can't even get out unless you take the elevator.
But is this not like the most
Or the
important
stair.
floor? Like, why is there no security on this floor?
But that's why it's controlled. Like it's a controlled environment. They don't need security on a controlled environment because then it messes up the workers' heads. Like y'all got people. Like you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like they know
think-
the. Go ahead.
I don't think they ever needed to have security. Like everybody was
Yeah.
controlled. Everybody was like, "Hey, we're here to
This
do a
is the
job."
second mishap, though.
This is now I
Yeah,
feel like they
but-
should have ramped up their security, but
Oh, okay. Like after season 1, then
Yeah.
well, that
Like,
was them escaping, though, right? Well, I guess they still needed it. I guess some sort of.
Yeah, I guess I just don't see a way of them getting out. Like Gemma's on the staircase, she's gonna run into somebody. Like she's not making it out the building normal.
no, I think she makes it out.
Cobell's there, the sisters there. They have a plan. You know, they're waiting outside.
They're
or
on a
something.
red list.
Yeah,
They're cooked.
they are. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Unless they're not.
I think next
Unless
season
they're
is
not.
really going to be about Gemma trying to get Mark out now.
Yeah. And there's
No,
already
for
people,
sure.
There's people on TikTok already mad, like, 2 seasons and we still don't got nothing.
What?
Yeah, people were
Nothing.
Oh,
complaining.
this season was revealing. This season, like they told you what the fucking numbers were. So like
They
could
told you
give us
what
answers.
the whole. Yeah.
And it's for sure
Give us-
because, like, ever since From, like, watching a mystery show, that's all I think about. And it's not in terms of, like, if I think the show is bad or not, but just, like, how long does it take before we get serious answers? Because I honestly feel like, you watch whatever, they're going to give you, small things. But Severance like this, like, we got pretty huge, like, reveals.
I feel like we got
this
everything.
season.
I feel like what didn't we get besides the
besides,
overall?
besides like
the
Lumen's
overall mission.
master
Yeah.
grand plan,
We got the
He did call
numbers.
it
We
that,
got
too.
we got the files. We got what Gemma was doing down there. We got all that. Like
He said you're gonna
Yeah.
help me fulfill my my full agenda or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I just say, because as far as like just From, like, we're not even close to that.
Mm-mm.
Shit, no.
Like we're not even like, well, I guess we could say we're on the path, but we're not close. Nowhere near what Severance has already done. So that's interesting as far as a mystery show goes.
Yeah.
I think next season's going to be different.
I miss From.
There's what are we going to talk about now? Cold Harbor's done. The files are gone through. The numbers are gone. What are we going to talk
Yeah,
about?
it's the
It's that
end.
civil
Like,
war
it
on
has
the
to be
floor.
the end.
Yeah.
It's the civil war on the floor. It's what Gemma's going on outside. It's what Cobell and her notebook. She's going to finally do whatever she's going to do with that. So yeah, I think next season's going to be completely different from what we got.
And he said it won't take 3 years. So if we take him at his word,
Thank
hopefully.
God.
Couple years.
Damn,
Hopefully,
I do miss From too, Cody. Like I was just thinking about
Yeah.
that last scene, bruh.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait for that shit to come back. Oh man.
Hopefully
Alright.
soon. We haven't even gotten a date for From.
Oh yeah, I don't know when that's coming, but I'm just saying I miss it.
I think it's usually October, no? Later on.
Every year?
I think so, right? I'm tripping.
I don't know.
Talk about that later. This is Severance, though. Severance was great.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys know my thoughts. Season 1 was whatever. And then this season was great. Like, they answered those doors. I've said this multiple times. They actually opened those doors for me to, like, want to care about the mystery. And, yeah, I thought it was a great season. I really did enjoy the season last. Hell yeah.
So yeah. I'm gonna post this as soon as I can.
25 pennies.
Yeah, so I'll tell
That's
you,
a
that
lot.
number stunned me. That number's like splitting somebody's brain that many times. Like,
Gotta have
as soon as
effects.
they said that, I was like, man, she might have some residual effects or something.
Mhm.
There's just no way.
Gods to.
And the key things that to take away in my eyes is that she said they were gonna kill her. Like they don't need her no more. They have.
Oh, that
Mark.
was another thing. That old dude was like, you're gonna kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna kill
What
them all.
the hell,
Now
like-
kill who all? Kill all the
Yeah,
Severed people or
yeah.
kill all her people? I don't know
Yeah.
which one.
I
That's
think
what I
all
was thinking.
her.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could
I
go
don't know.
crazy. Imagine, because Lumen's everywhere. Lumen is
Yep.
fucking. What if it's just like a fucking network? It's just an umbrella. Everybody's under it for real. maybe since
Yeah.
birth.
Mhm.
Fucking knows. They could. Man.
Yeah, because I mean, I think Andrea is the one that told you this, and when I brought it up, was like, there's 80s cars, 70s cars, and all this
Old-ass computers.
old ass computer, old technology, but there's still cell phones. There's still like good technology they're using down
Yeah.
below. So like, what is going on? So
Like, what world do they live in?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Band was playing that Kier theme song, boy.
That shit was funny.
Crazy. Yeah, I think we're good. Can't wait for season 3. Like I said, I'm gonna post this as soon as I can. If you're new to the
Nothing on
channel,
Irving.
nothing on Irving. I do think Irving will be back next season. I really do.
Think so too.
For sure.
But he escaped for now.
As long as Milkshake comes back, I'm all right. But we are a pop culture podcast that does anything and everything in pop culture. So if any of that stuff interests you, movies, TV shows, video games, anime, consider hitting that subscribe button. Hit that like button for Severance. Comment down your thoughts, opinions, theories, all that great stuff. We'll comment back. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.